Poor Dollar General had a crappy opening that day. Somehow, I ended up on the Bandit Run. Of course, I'm a movie car guy. Love movie cars. It doesn't really, other than Fast and Furious and Herbie the Love Bug, but older movie cars. Burt Reynolds stuff is awesome. Of course, I own the ambulance. One of the coolest things, and I've driven on it before, is the Bandit Run, and it's where all of the Trans Am guys get together, but you don't have to have a Trans Am to go on the Bandit Run. And this is a 5-day vacation car trek across the country. It's kind of like the Hot Rod Power Crawl, but with a little bit cooler speed than the Power Crawl. My buddy Dave Hall, he owns Restore Muscle Car, and he is cool as a cucumber, man. He does some of the finest work on Bandit cars and now into different GM vehicles, and just super duper cool. It's a lot of legwork to put on these rallies, and like when you go on the Lux Rally and things like that, it's no joke. These people put on some pretty incredible events, and he organizes this road trip for Trans Am enthusiasts. But you do not have to have a Trans Am to go on the Bandit Run. For years, of course, I drove the General Lee, and then a friend of mine said, hey, if you're going to drive the General Lee on the Bandit Run, I'm going to drive Roscoe's police car, and I will chase you across the country. So wherever the Bandit Run starts is where we're going, and that's it. So that year, Bandit Run starts in Branson, Missouri. My favorite place on earth. So we ended up Branson and start going south toward Louisiana and ended up at year 1 in Atlanta. The old General Lee's kicking along pretty good. Got Roscoe chasing me across the country. That was the first year my friend Shannon brought the Snowman semi-truck. So we had Trans Am, Snowman semi-truck, General Lee, police car. We were a rolling parade going down the highway, but it was cool. Car culture, hanging out with friends. So the old General Lee starts running pretty tough, slipping, and transmission's letting go. And my friend behind me, chasing, Roscoe, Alan, he said, man, I got stuff all over my windshield. That means General Lee's spitting something it shouldn't be doing. We pull into Ola, Alabama. Look it up. We pull into the Ace Hardware. And little did we know, 2 doors down from Ace was the opening day for the Dollar General store in Ola, Alabama. Now, this is a big deal, right? So I jack up the General Lee, just simply find out that the transmission line had rubbed on the K-frame, just leaking. In Ola, we need a little piece of rubber hose. We're going to put things together, put us some transmission fluid in it. Down we go. Problem is, there's no parts store in Ola. At least there wasn't then. And the diameter of the hose that the Ace Hardware had was not what we needed. We knew there was a parts store about 30 miles away. We'll just let Roscoe, Alan, go get us some hose. No problem. So we got the General Lee up on jacks, sitting in Ace Hardware. The locals thought that Ace was in a bit of a duel with the brand new Dollar General and trying to rain on their parade for their grand opening day. As we're underneath the General Lee, here comes the local postal service, lady in the post office truck, and she realizes the General Lee is in the Ace Hardware parking lot. So she turned tail and raced over to the high school or local school. It could have been K through 12 for all I know. And someone shut the school down, and there's apparently only 2 buses in Ola, Alabama. Lo and behold, General Lee's up on jack stands. Alan in the Roscoe car goes to find me the correct diameter hose. And here comes a school bus full of kids to get their picture taken with the General Lee at the Ace Hardware. Of course, the Ace Hardware people told us that this is the biggest day they've ever had in the history of Ola, Alabama. They might as well have brought a marching band out that day. I mean, it was ridiculous. But I'm underneath this thing, and they are putting little children on the hood of the car to get their picture taken. It was absolutely ridiculous. Everything, if you had cell phone service in Ola, Alabama that day, you knew the General Lee was at the Ace Hardware. Poor Dollar General had a crappy opening that day. So to make things even more incredible, here comes Roscoe. Woo! In the parking lot. Oh my God. the whole place erupts. The school bus drivers, there's 2 buses at this point, all of the children, everybody with their flip phones taking pictures. Here comes Roscoe to help repair the General Lee. I'm underneath it on jack stands. There's people posing on it, and this, that, and other. And then tranny fluid, ready to go, right? Jack it down. They were not done with their photo ops yet. They had to finish all that, get everybody back on the bus. The old General Lee fires up, crank it up, let's give it a little goosey goose. And there it is. Of course, everybody on God's green earth wanted to hear the horn at that point. And you have never heard a larger eruption of cheer than when the mighty Dixie horn played as we cut loose out of Ace Hardware. So, Ola, Alabama, I shut the whole place down for 1 day just because the General Lee broke down. Keep in mind that I've jumped the General Lee, raced in the Players Run. We've done everything you can do with the car besides put the entire cast in it and jump it into the ocean while it explodes. But we went on to finish the Bandit Run after we repaired the car in the Ace Hardware parking lot. And we decided to give the town a little flavor by hitting the Dixie horn. And that was the largest, most rambunctious yee-haw and applause we have ever heard. And we've done a lot in that car, but we shut Ola, Alabama down that day. Of course, with any old hot rod, any car, the General Lee and the 1969 Dodge Charger, though it is a very, very big car, the driving position is ridiculous. You are extremely close to the windshield. That General Lee has no air conditioning. It also has no cruise control. It has vinyl seats and had 4-wheel drum brakes. It was the most uncomfortable ride in the history of the Bandit Run, but it did make it coast to coast. What is good about car culture and these people that do the Bandit Run is, like I said, you don't have to have a specific Burt Reynolds vehicle, but they are probably some of the nicest groups. Like I said, there are certain things to expect from different people that own different styles of vehicles. And that's why I always express to people to go out and experience something new. The exotic car scene may not be my cup of tea, but my friends enjoy it and can recite it quite more impressively than I can. But I don't know everything that makes an F-body Trans Am or a 78 or whatever tick, but the Trans Am people were terrific, and they had no problem with another star car being in the bunch.
Off the Record can help you fight a speeding ticket or traffic citation no matter where you get it. You just download their app, take a photo of your ticket, and they match you with the best local attorney to achieve the best possible outcome. They can help you avoid costly insurance premium increases, points on your license, and other issues. And when you register, use the code VINwiki for a discount on their services. If you don't have a ticket that you need to fight right now, go ahead and download their app and register using the VINwiki code, and that will reserve your discount for whenever you might need it in the future. It's a great thing to have in your pocket when you never know who's going to pull up behind you on your next road trip.